Hi, this is G from Native Speakers Academy, and welcome to another edition of 10-Minute English. This is where I introduce to you short articles in English from recent news or from around the internet. And these articles are for upper intermediate and advanced level students of English. That's B2 and C1 in the Common European Framework. Today's article you should be able to see on the screen on the right side. In front of you, jeering crowd urges suicidal man to jump. As usual, before we get into the article itself, I would like to point you in the direction of our home site on the internet. That's www.nsa-slovakia.com, where you will find a wealth of resources and information related to education, history, psychology, and philosophy. You can also, on the right side, see our Native Speakers Academy official YouTube page with well over 200 videos on education and related topics. You could also, if you wanted, link to us on Pinterest. We have 13 different boards with a variety of educational information. Here is our curiosity board. This is designed for parents who would like to do activities with their children, and so what we have collected here is around 900 different ideas about activities that families can do together. And if you click on one of the activities, you can take a closer look at this infographic. For example, 50 ways for kids to stay creative. But this is not why we're here today. The reason why we're here today is to check out an article and to work through it together. Here is the article. Jeering crowd urges suicidal man to jump. And as usual, I have highlighted the important vocabulary in yellow. You might want to pause the video and check the words and phrases, or you can guess from the context. If you have a B2 level of English, this shouldn't be too complicated for you, but it might introduce you to some new terms. If you are working with vocabulary, you can use Google Define, which is not appearing on my computer at the moment. Let's try the online etymology dictionary. Okay, we can go here. The online etymology dictionary gives you the history of a word, which is basically a background story of the word. So as we have police in our article today, you can see that the noun police is essentially the same as the word policy from Middle French. See also police from the Greek word for city. We also have police, policeman, Interpol, related vocabulary, APB, Scotland Yard, and Gestapo. Right. Let's see if here we go. This is Google. Define baying, bay or to bay, sound of a dog, especially a large one, a bark or a howl, used to describe a group of people who shout loudly, typically to demand something. And that word will also appear in the article today. So, that's our introduction. If you are sitting ready and comfortably, we will begin. Jeering crowd urges suicidal man to jump by Bradley Jolie. Must be a happy man. Police have slammed those who encouraged the man in his 40s to leap from the ledge, with some even filming the incident on their phones. And this happened in an area of Britain where, well, let's read the article. The victim, aged in his 40s, was encouraged to leap from the ledge by the baying mob. Shockingly, witnesses revealed some members of the public gathered before, shouting, "Get on with it! Go on, jump!" and even asking, "How far can you bounce?" Officers were called to the scene outside the busy Southwater shopping centre in Telford, I guess that's Shropshire, at around 1 p.m. Despite specialist negotiators, specialists, attempts to talk him down, let's read it properly. Despite specialist negotiators' attempts to talk him down, the man jumped to his death from the car park at 3:40 p.m. Yesterday, West Mercia police condemned the appalling actions of the crowd of shoppers who gathered to taunt the suicidal man, who has not yet been identified. Just imagine. What a complete lack of respect for the only thing we should respect. Anyway, Inspector Ben Smith from the Forces Operational Control Centre said he was shocked by the sickening comments hurled at the vulnerable victim. The Forces Operational Control Centre. Is it not a police station? Is it now the Forces Operational Control Centre? Whatever happened to the nice policeman in the street that you could ask for directions? He said, "Obviously, we would certainly not be supportive of that kind of behaviour. It is pretty appalling because it is someone who is clearly in need of support and assistance. That behaviour is something we would condemn." Clearly, what the individual needed was time and space, you don't say, and a professional to help him out. He had a professional. There were specialist negotiators. That didn't help. The individual would have been in need of care and support and appropriate intervention from medical professionals, more professionals. So anything like that to encourage someone to jump should be unequivocally condemned. Witness Kellyanne Taylor, 35, from Telford, said, "People were recording it with their phones and yelling at him to jump. I can't stop thinking about it. I was uptown when it was happening, and how much I wish I could have tried to help him. I'm so heartbroken for him and his family. Onlookers were yelling at him to jump. I'm so disappointed in the actions of some of our citizens during a time of crisis. I am so incredibly sad for him." And the speech quotation marks in this paragraph are all over the place. But never mind. Kelly Porter Smith, 20, added, "I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was disgusted at their actions. Some of them were fully grown men, obviously not, and should have known better. It made me ashamed to be from Telford. I can't understand how people can be so evil." The car park finally reopened on Saturday evening. A spokesman for Telford and Wrekin Council, which owns the site, said, "Our thoughts are with the family and friends of the man who died at Southwater." It was a car park, right? He jumped from a car park, wasn't it? Does it say? Shockingly jumped, a man gathered, shopping centre. It was a shopping centre. Okay. You know that shopping centres and car parks were built on all the World War II bomb sites, don't you? Right. Because the land was cheap. On the upper tier of the car park, there is perimeter fencing approximately 6 feet high, which is topped with security wire. Well, that was completely useless. A West Midlands Ambulance Service spokesman said, "We can confirm we were called to a car park at Telford Shopping Centre on Saturday afternoon. Unfortunately, the man was confirmed dead at the scene by medics at around 3:40 p.m. Source is the Daily Mail. A link to this article will be added under the video online. Additional info for you to think about. Oh, and the original article is from, I think I just said, the Mirror. Note at the top it says Website of the Year. Website of the Year. If you believe that, you will believe anything. I don't believe that for 1 second. Additional information which I've added from the Guardian article here, and also from this other Daily Mail article. The additional information is: suicide remains the leading cause of death for men between 20 and 34 in England and Wales, representing 24% of all deaths in 2013. I mean, that's an amazing statistic. Suicide is the leading cause of death for men between 20 and 34 years old. Suicide. And for men aged 35 to 49, it's 13% of deaths. Ben Barr from the National Institute for Health Research suggested the UK's recent recession, it's all about economics, could be an influencing factor in the increase of suicides. Do you think? In addition, more American soldiers on active duty committed suicide than were killed in combat last year. Now, this is from a Daily Mail article as well. A quite shocking statistics that more soldiers die from suicide now than die in combat. These, of course, are American statistics, but it's important wherever they're from. More American soldiers on active duty committed suicide than were killed in combat last year, with the suicide rate rising by 9% over the last 3 years. 9% over the last 3 years. 177 soldiers on active duty killed themselves in 2012, almost one suicide every other day compared to 176 killed in action. Department for Defense figures show in 2011 165 active soldiers committed suicide and 156 killed themselves in 2010. These are people who should be trained to deal with the stress of the situation, and it's so horrific they obviously can't deal with it at all. Here are my thoughts and notes. Feel free to agree, disagree, criticize, whatever. These are just the first things that came into my mind. Isn't it murder if you are complicit in a death, or manslaughter, or some other legal terminology? If you're standing under someone saying, under someone who's on top of a building saying jump, 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 surely you're at least complicit in the persuasive technique. What about, get the spelling right, what about his family? What about his friends and his family? Where were they? What about all the people he went to school with? What about... he must have had a mother somewhere, perhaps. I wonder who stayed to pick him up. You know, I can imagine they all... This crowd of people, just... this degenerate society we have, just walked away after he jumped. Does society force us... See, I wrote this too quickly. It's full of spelling mistakes. Does society force us together rather than allow a more natural interaction? Are we forced to be with people we don't want to be with? Are we forced by work, by economics, by social systems, by group mentality, by our cultures, by our schools? And what effect does it have on us? How well do you know the people who work next to you in the next office? Do you know them? How are they feeling? Can you help them? Perhaps a friendly word, just a word, just one word could have saved him, could save anybody, who knows? Basically, what I want to say is each day that we have is the greatest opportunity that we will ever have. Each moment occurs only once. Carpe diem. Seize the moment. Don't waste your life away. You're born an original. Don't squander the greatest opportunity that anyone could ever have. So, these are my thoughts. If you want to make a comment, please do. As usual, links to the article will be posted together with this video online, along with any other relevant links that I can find. As usual, at the end, a little bit of promo. If you're interested, we offer free Skype HD consultation sessions. These are for students, teachers and companies who are interested in more information about languages. If you're not sure which exam to take, IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, City and Guild certificate, then we can point you in the right direction. If you are looking for ideas about teaching grammar to students, if you're working in a college, university, a school environment, we can help you with a little bit of extra information and statistics. And if you want to increase your firm's attractiveness to other companies, if you want to boost your negotiation skills and understanding of language, then that's something else that we can help you with. So I hope this has been interesting for you. If you've got an article you would like us to work through or have a look at or present to other people, then just send us a link to it. Remember, our home site is www.nsa-slovakia.com, the Center for Educational Theory and Research. And as usual, you can link to us on Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Google+, and a wealth of other pages. Wherever you are, I wish you a great day, and there'll be another short 10-minute session, which always goes over 10 minutes, posted very soon. Take care and bye for now.